Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf. And we're still out here today at Arrowhead Golf Club in Littleton, Colorado. Still my favorite course in the state of Colorado. I just love it out here. It's just gorgeous. So, if you watched part one, then you have some idea of what we're doing out here today. Since the back nine is the only nine open on this day, we're playing it twice. And what we're trying to feel out here a little bit, I guess you could say, is which nine do we actually play better on? Is it the front nine, which is the first nine you play, I should say, or is it the back nine, the second nine you would play? So, same conditions, same day, same holes, same tee box, everything controlled, except for the timing, I guess. So, yep, we're going to check it out. All right, so yep, this 10th hole here, as we're resetting the score, playing from even. Yeah, 381 yards downhill pretty much the entire way. So the only thing you don't want to do is carve it out to the right, or you'll be in the driving range, or snap one really hard to the left. But the hole is cart path only, so if you miss to the left of the fairway, then you'll probably be more happy with that shot. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the second hole of this back nine, number 11. So just a little par 3, 124 yards on the scorecard from the tee boxes we were playing, but they had it a little further back than typical this day, so we were actually playing it at closer to 140. So, yep, that's what we're dealing with. And if you'll remember from part one, I came up pretty short. So, yeah, not knowing really what the wind is doing because that giant rock in the background more or less blocks you from a lot of it. I actually took an additional club up here, and I think I hit a pitching wedge. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks now that I'm recording this. But yeah, pitching wedge is what I hit, that's for sure. So all you don't want to do is get in that bunker off to the left. If you get in that bunker to the right, it's quite a bit more friendly, I would say. But you definitely don't want to miss long, or the lie that you're going to have to chip back onto this green is not going to be fun. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the third hole of the back nine here at number 12, the number one handicap hole on this course. And that's the whole course, not just this back nine here. So, playing at, what, 398 for us. Yep. But actually, it was pretty much right on the number. It was like 402 from where the tee boxes are. So, yeah, that's it. But yeah, this hole definitely deserves the number one rank handicap on this course, I'd say. Yeah, pretty long par four and a short dog leg. Yeah, it's just everything that you don't want to see for trying to make that kind of yardage work out for you. So, your options here. Yeah, although you're about to see me hit driver, and yeah, you're going to see how that turns out for me. If you go back and watch part one, you can watch me hit a 2-iron on this, and while we didn't end up playing my ball, it turned out much better. So yeah, what would I recommend? Something like I don't know, a 240 to 270 shot max. And if you're going to hit it around that 270 number, then definitely favor the left side and skirt those bushes off to the left. But if you're going to hit driver, then unless that's the yardage for your driver, like 240 to 270, somewhere around there. And if it is, then yeah, great, hit it away. But if you hit it a bit further than that, you're going to have to go right over those bushes to the left. Problem is, if you get it a little too far, then there's some other bushes that you can't see from the tee box here that will be on your line all the way through on the right side of the fairway, past all of what you will make into forced clearance if you choose line. So you have to be leery of all of that. Pick your poison, and yeah, just try to get out of this hole with a par if you can, I'd say. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are coming up to the fourth hole of the day, number 13. Probably one of the signature holes on this course, I would say, with those two giant red rocks on either side of you, of course, that you have to hit through like a field goal. Yeah, just beautiful. So, yeah, of course, again, we're opting, just as we did in part one, to hit it from the back tee boxes and play it at more like 171. And the tips are only 173, so I mean it's pretty much the same tee box back there. But yeah, so I would say, though, just like I said in part one, that this hole's playing about 20 yards short with how far downhill it is. And those bunkers up front, again, yeah, not very difficult to get out of. I'd say the sand out here on the course is real great to actually play out of. So, yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of that. You don't have a lot of room to miss to the right, but you do have a little room to miss left. If you miss long, then there's going to be a steep slope on the other side of the green, which actually you're going to get a little depiction of on this hole, a little forecasting. But if you roll all the way through that, then yeah, you're going to be quickly rolling right into that lake in the background. So yeah, I'd say don't miss long, favor the left and short miss if you're going to miss. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are rolling up to what is, to me, probably one of my favorite holes on this course. I don't know, I just love it. Just because of the variety that it offers. So you've got a bunch of very unique tee box placements here. As we're coming up to this turn, you'll see one tee box right there off to the right, and there's another one way back up the hill. Those are the tips. And as we come around the corner here, there's going to be a tee box to the right, which was out of play this day. And then another one that we will play from all the way pretty much to the end of this road. And then the forward tees are out there on that lonely island that you can kind of see out there. So yeah, super cool hole, very picturesque. I just love it. But yeah, Hard dog leg right, only 284 yards from where we're playing it this day, tipping out at 365. And I mean, if you're just going to go for the straight shot, then you really don't need much. Maybe like a, I don't know, 230-yard club at the most. But I mean, honestly, you could hit 200 out there and you'll be just fine. So, yeah, do whatever you want. If you're going to go for gold, then you're going to have to hit a pretty fade because all of those trees and rocks off to the right are kind of blocking your direct path. So, yeah. Anyway, pick your poison here as well. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are rolling up to our sixth hole of this back nine, right into the sun. Sorry about that glare. Can't do anything about that. But yeah, another cool hole. If you'll remember from part one here, hard dog leg right. Yep, again. But this time you've got a massive rock right there that's just begging you to try to go for it. But let me tell you, I don't know what that wind does up there or whatnot, but you really got to smash one if you're going to try to go right over that rock. Um, Outside of that, I mean, just hit a fade around it if you kind of want to go for it, but kind of want to stay safe at the same time. Or, I mean, just hit one straight out there, probably around 250 to 270, something like that. And give yourself a nice 150 to 180 yard shot up on the screen. It's really not all that intimidating as so long as you play it right. But yeah, if you go for the launch right over the rocks to the right, then yeah, I sure hope you make it. But if you do, you might be on the green in one. So big hitters, this is your challenge right here. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are rolling up to the seventh hole of this back nine here. Number 16 made it to the stretch. And, of course, the first par 5 finally of this back nine, playing at only 555 yards from the tee box that we're playing and tipping out at only 585. So, no matter what, it's not all that long of a par 5. But yeah, your drive is blind and straight uphill. So let me tell you what's over there. Nothing. It's just a straight hole. So, yeah, you've got no lake to worry about, no, like little river hazard, nothing. Just nuke it. Just send it right over that hill there, and yeah, give yourself a good chance to get on in two. I will say that the better line to attack the green into is definitely going to be from the left, as you're not going to have anything impeding you in order to actually get on. However, if you're on the right side, so the right rough, if you miss that way, yeah, you're going to have kind of some hanging tree bushes that are going to be in your direct line to the green from there. So, yep, that's my recommendation of what to do here. Anyway, let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are rolling up to the eighth hole of this back nine, of course, number 17, and the final par three of the day, and also the third par three of this back nine. Kind of makes it a little unique. Not a lot of courses have that, but pretty cool. And a very cool one it is. You've got a bunch of red rocks off to the right here, which I'll give you a little pano of in a minute. But yeah, the rest of the hole, pretty stock standard par three. Ton of force clearance to get up on this green, and for the line that you're going to want to take in order to get on it, that's what you're going to have to do is clear it all. You can bail out to the left, but of course, well, that's not what we're doing here on par threes, are we? We're stabbing greens, especially at a nice friendly 166, though the pin placement this day was playing at about 180 for us. So hence the 8 iron I've got in my hand to give her a rip. Yeah, that bunker in the back left, not all that scary. I've been in that before. Yeah, pretty easy to get out of that. So if you do happen to get into it, no worries. As long as your sand game is pretty decent, you'll probably be just fine. Now, one more potential miss that will render you a-okay is real long and slightly to the right, as this is actually a double green. So if you end up over there, you will actually be on the number one green. And while you'll still be on the putting surface, of course, you're going to have an epically long putt to come back to your number 17 pin. So, yeah, choose what you do there wisely. But, I mean, let's not overthink it. Let's just grab a club, send it up in the air, try to put it straight, and drop it on that pin. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are on to the last hole of this two-part series out here at Arrowhead Golf Club in Littleton, Colorado. If you're ever in the area, I can't recommend any course more than this one to come check out. Please do. And you're really going to love the staff out here on top of it all. Everyone, every time I've ever been out here has been so great. And let me tell you, there's a reason why Midgard keeps going back here to this course. It's because, well, they treat us so good. So if anybody from the staff happens to see this video and watches it all the way to this point, thank you guys very much for being the people that you are. We greatly appreciate it, and we will return. Guarantee you that. And for everyone, I guess staff and any viewers included there, as I am recording this right now, we are sitting at just 29 more subscribers until the next hat giveaway. So smash that subscribe button if you're liking this content and get yourself in the running for a nice shiny limited edition, because I don't sell them. There's only one way to get a guard hat. Well, actually two. You can either be featured on the channel, or you can win a drawing. So that's it. Like that nobody else is going to have one if you get one. I kind of want it to be unique that way. So that's why I don't sell them. I only give them away. But anyhow, so hit that subscribe button, and once we hit 200 and every 100 subscribers after that until we hit 1,000, of course I'm going to continue to do more hat giveaways. And they are going to be branded bills going forward. So get on the Branded Bills website, check them out. Super high quality hats. I know you're going to love it. So let's talk about this hole here without further ado. Only 460-yard par 5 to get up on this green. Of course, just like the last par 5, uphill for the tee shot, except this time, unlike the last one, you do have some treachery to worry about. That rock off to the left is marking the line of what you will be on if you are going to get wet. There's a hidden lake up there that if you smash driver and really get a good grip on it, then yeah, you're probably not finding that ball. It's probably drinking. So you definitely want to stay to the right on this tee shot. After that, the hole is going to go pretty much straight for most of the way and curve slightly to the left just as you approach the green. And yeah, outside of that, though, you're going to be able to see everything once you're up there after your tee shot. It's not all that scary. Pretty sizable green and pretty friendly. You can play pretty much anything you want onto it. And most of the bunker trouble is going to be to the right and short right of the green, although there is a real steep slope and kind of a tricky placement to play off of to the left. So be leery of that. So, without further ado, let's give it a rip and see what we can knock out on this final hole. And thank you guys so much again for watching. We will see you next time.